All right, so the first thing I do when I walk in is I cut on the board. There's a button on the back right. Then I walk over here behind this Mac computer, which was the old setup, and I switch these cables that are coming out of this interface little mixer joint, and I connect them to the lines out of the wing board. It's pretty frozen, but yeah, you can kind of get the gist. Boop. And then I go back and I set up my iLouds. I might just leave them there for you. The other dude also has them. My left, rights, and are backwards on it for whatever reason. I usually just use the headphone out. For some reason, this was the first time they ever gave me this list, but I usually take notes on like who is leading what song or what have you. So you can see White's doing the first song, Red's doing the second song with White. Yeah. So on the left side of the board, I have all of my inputs. User layer 1 is all the vocal mics. And then I'll go and I'll select who's going to lead, busing the lead vocals to the lead vocal bus and taking them out of the backgrounds. So you can see here that whoop, out of the lead or out of the backgrounds into the lead. I do my whole setup pretty much with the buses being the main control point and only finagling with the left side of the board a little bit. One of the buses is a parallel compression for the lead that I use like pretty sparingly. So the top layer on the left side is all the drums, guitar, keys. The second layer has some additional musical elements along with some of the mics. The third is pretty much anything you'll need in the preaching part of it. And same with the fourth, the aux layer, because it got your crowd mics and what have you. The layer underneath is the bus master, so it shows your buses, but I keep those all kind of in the center and pretty much just utilize the center console for the buses. User 2 is like just the random one, so I'll finagle that one every week depending on what I need. So there'll be a rehearsal day of that'll go on before the show. I use that to get levels and an idea of what I need. Do a little tweaks if I feel so obliged. Pretty much just sitting alone in a room, that's fire. It's a good opportunity to practice your routing flipping. Like I said, most of my stuff is controlled by the buses. So here, bus layer 1 is drum, parallel drum, music, background vocals, vox parallel, and then lead. Now that that song's over, I throw the red back into backgrounds because I like my background blend. And then I set up the yellow mic to go into leads for the last song. It's pretty simple once you recognize that it's just a routing matrix. I guess on this guy though, I'm adding a little bit of that parallel compression to the lead for yellow. All right, so here I'm showing the bus master. Once again, all the buses that I've assigned, you move them over. There's only 16. And there are a couple that are open, and then the last ones are all the effects returns. So now it's getting pretty close to showtime, so I pull up the YouTube and get the house music going a little bit, get some of that ambient crowd noise going, just in preparation for when they go live. I'm gonna show you how to add a channel. Go to View, and after that go to Configure, and then find what you wanna add to your scene. We were doing a lavalier mic that we didn't end up using, but figured I should have it just in case. So now I have that mic on my preacher scene on the bottom left, and it should be routed. So then showtime, and I pretty much just watch the live stream, and I'll check in every once in a while to make sure that what they're hearing feels good. I like to rock it out using my headphones just because I trust them more. Playing with the ambience of the room. Here's where I'm showing my user layers for my buses. I usually jump between user layer A and user layer B, or 1 and 2 respectively. And honestly, I'll probably just write all that information in the video. So then you can go through your master bus and go through all 16 channels by just tapping this left right at the bottom. Honestly, and then the shutdown's super easy. $150. I left before the show ended.